Oh, it's actually burning some oil. Yeah, we're down.
We're here in the crowded train station in Staples, Minnesota, and we're off to get my first vehicle. So here's Staples, Minnesota, and my vehicle's all the way over in Vancouver, Washington.
Hey guys. So with an Amtrak ticket, you have the option when you purchase your ticket to bid on an upgrade. So I threw in a low dollar bid thinking that we probably wouldn't get it, and we were selected to get the bedroom option, which includes, as Micah will show you, a sink and a bathroom with shower and an upper and lower bunk, which turns into a couch for the day, and then there's one other sitting chair, and also all of our meals will be included. So we're gonna go to bed.
Well, we're going to be getting a 1993 GMC Yukon, and the project on this is going to be turning it into a Blazer and hopefully cutting the top off and making it a removable top. Similar to the older generation of K5 Blazers where the top would lift off like a truck topper. The reason we're traveling pretty much across the country to get this one is because all of the Blazers in the upper Midwest are all either completely rusted out or really expensive, but this one here is pretty much rust free.
They're full of tools, so they're heavy. Any rust at all, do you?
No.
Nothing. There's not even a ding in it.
Wow.
Yeah. No stuff there.
Sweet.
This has corrosion on it, but that's not a problem. New alternator on it.
Oh yeah.
Relatively new.
Turn right onto Northeast Patton Parkway.
So we got my Yukon and we're heading back to Minnesota along the Columbia River.
It seems to be running just fine. The service engine soon comes off and on, as is common in these years. It cruises right along at 70. So far I figured out the cruise doesn't work, but other than that, everything else seems to be working as intended in 1993. Rear speakers don't work on the radio.
That might be as a result of this aftermarket CD player.
Yeah. But we're gonna head off for a couple hours here and see how it does. And so far we haven't needed any of our tools that we brought along. We'll show you our collection of tools in a bit.
We're going for a hike.
Mm-hmm. We don't really know where we're going. We're right there. It's right there.
Okay. food, and then we crossed the river over into Washington.
We've made our first interesting discovery. It has these little bubbles in the paint that don't seem to really be rust from behind. I did pop one open here. Not sure, we don't have that condition in Minnesota, paint doing that. I don't know if this panel's been repainted once upon a time and it's just coming through. We're planning on repainting the whole thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But maybe that's just what paint does when it peels in these environments where it gets too warm. The whole thing needs a bath real bad because it's been washed in a long time. Not really sure what that means. Hopefully there is no rust behind it, but I don't think there is. It sounds nice and solid. Well, this may look like North Dakota, but it's in fact Washington State outside of Spokane. We're 46 miles from Spokane, and it sure doesn't look any different than North Dakota. Even got a grain elevator coming up ahead. But we're a long ways from North Dakota. Well, it doesn't look like North Dakota anymore. After about 30 minutes after our last video, we hit trees here. Still flat. Getting closer to Spokane. We've just crossed into Idaho from Washington State. We're hoping to get as far as Missoula yet tonight. We'll see where we decide to call it quits. I'm not sure how far it is across Idaho. I don't think too far until we hit Montana. So Post Falls, Idaho to Missoula. So we're 500 miles into our journey here, and we're going to check over everything just to see if we're burning any oil or anything. Looked good a few miles into it when we started out, and we'll see where we're at now. Should I taste it and see if it's so good? Oh, it's actually burning some oil. Yeah, we're down. We packed suitcases with everything we could think we could need. So check our coolant level. It was fine last time. It's still fine right at the same spot. It's a little low too.
Okay. Do you have any of that along?
Check the oil again. We could still,
so low.
we could still put a whole other quart in there. Meant to do this right away when we our first fill up. It's
a little bit low.
a little bit low still.
Should we put more in, or?
Yeah, we'll put the rest in. Coolant's good. Everything else is good. We brought an assortment of vice grips, pliers, screwdrivers, end wrenches, socket set. We got a big Craftsman crescent wrench down there. Got a hydraulic jack. The gloves and overalls if we need them. And then this one, we've got the impact sockets, the breaker bars. We've got the jump pack, booster pack along if we need it. So nothing too fancy, but the basic stuff to maybe do something if we needed to.
Time for bed.
Wait, here goes. we go. Well, we're off on our second day from Missoula, Montana towards home. Decided not to try to push it all the way home today. We wouldn't have been home till 1 or 2 in the morning, and that's probably pushing this thing a little bit too hard. So we're gonna go as far as Dickinson, North Dakota, possibly. Alright, so let's see what our first gas mileage check is and where this clicks off. So we've pulled away from the pump here and we'll check out our calculations. We did 264 miles with 15.191 gallons. Gives us 17.37 miles per gallon, which is really quite amazing for something with 213,000 miles on it. So using a lot of oil in that first check. We'll check that again here. We're here at O'Reilly's in downtown Bozeman, Montana, seeing where our oil's doing. We've done a little more than 250 more since we added 2 quarts. Bought a quart of oil here for $5.79 for just the cheapest quart of oil. Guessing we're gonna need it. Might even need 2. Below that, that's like 270 miles over a quart. Using a lot of oil. Yeah, it just seizes itself on there, so the heat. We did buy a gallon of pre-mixed antifreeze just in case we need it for some reason. So far that hasn't gone down at all. Looks good. Right in the middle of operating, but we will need more. Perfect. So we're going to take off from Bozeman and head further east towards Billings. We're in downtown Bozeman right now. We've gone about 50 miles since we put that last quart in. We got cheaper oil and super pumper. How much cheaper? $1.79 cheaper. I don't normally pay $1.79 for a quart. So we'll just go ahead and put another quart in here. Alright, we are in Miles Cities, Montana, still working our way across Montana. Yes, it does take all day to drive across Montana. And we're seeing where our oil level's at. We're over 1,000 miles since we left and about 200 miles since we last put oil in or so. Probably needs another quart. Yep, it's just at the ad now. So we're needing about a quart every 200 or so. But Mike has been researching all the build codes off of the inside of the glove box and is excited to find out that this is actually a Z71, even though I didn't know you could get a Z71 on these Blazers because they were never labeled on these Yukons and Blazers because they were never labeled as new, but you still could get the Z71 package, including the all of what came with it, of the underbody shielding and everything, and the locking rear diff, without actually having a true labeled Z71. I remember in like the 99 Tahoes seeing them labeled Z71 on the GSA ordered ones that would come in through the Chevy dealer I worked, and they actually said Z71 on the trim, but I didn't realize that you could get them way back here in 93. We did stop at an Ace Hardware and get oil somewhat cheaper at $4.99 a quart, but still ridiculous. So we're putting in the Pennzoil high mileage for older vehicles to see if maybe that'll stop our, what do we get with our high mileage here? Unsurpassed wear protection, protection in extreme temperatures, better fuel economy, protects horsepower, clearing your pistons, conditions oil seals. Doesn't say anything about burning. Still getting over 17 miles a gallon though on our last check. That's pretty impressive. So what was it, 17.8 or something?
Yeah, 7.7.
Okay. So there we go. Coolant level. Still right, perfect. Transmission hasn't gone down anymore either. It must have just been low to start with before we warmed it up. So brake level looks the same. Everything else is as is. We thought we'd give you another clip of us in Montana still. Yes, it's dark. Yes, we're still in Montana. Yes, it's a long ways across Montana. We made it across Montana.
Time for bed again.
See if the high mileage oil did the trick. Now it won't be burning it anymore. That was our problem. It decided to add. Below freezing out here, so we got thicker oil. We'll start when it's cold out. Here we go, final leg of the journey. Any puddles there this morning? Nope. We got a lot of headwind coming across.
Okay.
And we were driving into the wind, so pretty strong wind.
We're at 1,500 miles in the middle of North Dakota.
So we'll see how we're doing here. Oh boy.
We're really low.
Yeah. So this is we pushed it to like 270 miles, 250 miles maybe since our last quart. And
it's really low.
And not even registering.
Well,
we might end up having to buy another quart. I thought we'd make it.
This is our last one of the high mileage stuff.
So we'll put that quart in. It's funny, where is all this oil going? Because I don't even see it coming out the tailpipe. There's no cloud of smoke behind us. So look behind the rear tail. We'll see if there's oil buildup on the rear wheel there. There's all our oil. So we went into the Cenex and we got some auto gold for the Yukon to make it the rest of the way home, and we got a quart of chocolate milk. One for each of us. Dump that in and that should be it. We should make it home now. Should register now. Yep.
Yeah.
Enough to get home. Last gas stop, almost home. Didn't quite have enough to make it home. I thought we would this morning, but not quite. 400, exactly at 400 miles on this tank.
I'm going to drive apparently.
Okay. Right. You remember how to drive? You haven't driven since last summer.
Which D?
Doesn't matter for the driveway.
Okay. Oh, it's going. And I can push
Yep.
harder.
Pond's still frozen. Driveway still bumpy. Oh, we're completing our journey and we'll be at 1,656 miles. And it's home. It made it the entire journey. If it quit working right now, that'd be just fine.
We made it home without any problems other than that we were burning a quart of oil for every 200 miles. So now there's only one thing left to do. This is the simplest way to convert a Yukon to a Blazer. Thanks for watching.